Good evening. I don't want to repeat what other people have said, but I will tell you that this morning, from two different people who don't know each other, I received notices that they had found a friendly cat. What can they do? There is nothing to do in North Hempstead. There is nowhere to go. We need to change this. I want to thank Councilwoman Dalamonte and Councilwoman Liu for being interested in trying to find a solution. And I want to thank Councilwoman Dalamonte for having met with us over the past year, trying to find a solution. The one solution we were able to come up with was a voucher program. So like Stuart, I wonder, why was this taken off the agenda tonight? And I would like an answer.
It seems that a RFP was sent earlier. It was not done with any information given to me. The RFP went out and a response came in, and
that was the second time it went out, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure. There was one last year that I believe there were no responses.
Right. And then I and other volunteers worked very hard to provide the town with a list of every veterinarian in the town of North Hempstead. And we asked that your purchasing department distribute this RFP to the vets.
Well, normally I would ask the director of the purchasing department to submit it, but it was sent out. Only one response came in. Unfortunately, I wasn't given that information until just a couple days before this meeting. So although this whole board has been listening for months and understands the interest in a voucher program, we weren't given the information.
Haven't you been listening?
I have been listening, but I was not given the information that...
You were here when it was passed. I remember when this was passed.
The RFP was sent, a response was received. It was not given to my office. It was directed away from my office, in fact, to a deputy commissioner of the... We don't have a commissioner right now, so it went to a deputy who then...
So who did that? Was that the purchasing department?
No, I believe it was Councilwoman Dalamonte who did that.
I didn't get the responses either.
So where did the responses go? Purchasing?
I found out about it in our caucus, and I even said to the town attorney, oh, this is it, this is it. And he said, yes, they got one response, and it was $88 a cat, which is very cheap.
It's great.
Which is a great price.
So why don't we do that?
When I looked on Friday, I never saw the response of the RFP. When I looked on Friday.
So don't blame another council member. I mean,
there.
it was your purchasing department is where the responses went to, right? So they should know where to send the response.
But when a response comes in, it is normally brought to the supervisor's office.
Well, why wasn't the purchasing department?
That's a very good question.
Why don't you speak to your purchasing department and find out?
Well, here's the thing.
Because the cats are still breeding.
This is a
there
brand...
are still cats being born. Oh, Councilman Walsh, what
No.
You know,
Please,
really, your disrespect is epic.
Please, we need, let's have some order here. We are talking about a brand new program. This town board needs to give input.
This program was initially suggested in 2019.
It was not voted
brand
on.
new.
It was not voted on.
But it was voted on here.
$40,000 was added last year to the general budget of the animal shelter. That is not a program. We have a duty to make sure this program works. We're not going to rush it. We're not going to let information be...
How are we rushing it if it's been over a year in discussion and it was voted on and it was approved and someone responded?
It was
approved.
Most of this board was
It was approved to put in your budget.
Excuse me. Most of this board was not given the information until Thursday. And
well,
here's our
I guess
board meeting.
most of this board hasn't been listening for the past year and a half or two.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Josie?